Hey guys, it's Saru, and after taking some days to myself to enjoy gaming by itself without making any content, I was contacted by the game developers over at Ember Lab whether I wanted to check out their brand new game Kena or not. And well, yes, I did. Kena, Bridge of Spirits is a game that I've been excited to try out ever since it was first announced last year. So I'll be telling you some cool facts about the game, and we'll see if it's worth buying right now. But don't worry, I'm not going to be spoiling the story. I'll just be telling you about the first hour or so that you should be experiencing in this game. So, let's get right into it. Now, as I started the game on the PlayStation 5, which by the way, this game is also available on PC on the Epic Games Store, I was able to choose the graphic style between fidelity or performance, which we see more and more on the PlayStation 5. And now, as a person that can no longer play with the world of 30 FPS, I decided on performance, and really it didn't really sacrifice that much quality in the game itself. Getting into the game, I immediately felt like I was maybe in a Pixar or Disney movie of sorts. It had a quality that I guess would be similar to that of Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon, and actually it felt pretty much close. I mean, the graphics were impressive and gorgeous, and following the spirit guides that would teach me the game in this tutorial, like the beginning for example, it was an awesome experience. I learned to pulse my spiritual light and turn things on or unlock areas, and it felt rewarding. As I traveled through the forest, you could hear little voices and immediately realized that all the cutscenes in this game would be the same movie quality that we've been seeing throughout the game so far. And of course, this is where we meet our first rot and the plot of the game for the first part at least. Now, going through the platforms and discovering areas, I realized that the rod was more than just for being cute and for taking pictures with, which I will get into in a minute, but they were also very helpful for battles. The rot, which is the name of the little creatures, could help defeat components of the corrupted forest, but only if they felt courageous enough, which you have to beat up a few monsters on your own in order for them to feel a little bit more courageous. Now, going further in, I found that there is a skill tree of sorts, not very detailed, but for a game like this, I feel personally that it doesn't really need to be, especially when facing enemies such as this.
Let me help you. I can heal these spirits and restore balance to the forest.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
This land can be healed, but you cannot stay here, spirit. You must move on.
You are the one who does not belong. I will never abandon my people.
Now, taking pictures and doing funny things with the rots, that was definitely funny to see, although I would admit that the actions, at least when you do them as you sit down, takes a little bit of time, and maybe an audio cue once you used it would be the best way, so it kind of acknowledges that you did do this, because at least when I was first trying it, it felt like I was pressing it, but it would take some time, so I didn't know if it was working or not, and I do break a lot of games, so I didn't know if I broke it or something. But eventually I realized how to do it, and finally we entered the title of the game, which had taught me pretty much everything I really needed to know. Well, sort of, until I realized there's things such as spirit mail, and basically you can grab this mail and give it to the spirits in town that correspond to them to unlock areas in the game. Or you can also find corrupted chests and other weapon types, and eventually learn other weapon types such as the bow and arrow. But as I kept going through the game and learning more and more features that I could use, such as the store, where you could basically buy a bunch of hats for your rots, and you could just see it in real time if you really wanted to, I found myself even more immersed. After receiving the Fox Mask, which is a part of series of masks that you can use to see the rot footprints, or even see through the eyes of that specific spirit. Chasing down this spirit was like a movie scene and it felt amazing. What you're looking at right now, this is completely in-game. This was me playing the game. This is not actually a cutscene or anything, but there was a cutscene that followed shortly after, and honestly, it looked gorgeous. All in all, the game was extremely fun, and I didn't feel like anything was new, really, but it was beautiful and exciting in a way that I felt like I was in a Disney or Pixar movie, or even something created by Studio Ghibli. And also, given the fact that this is an indie game brought to life by Ember Lab, who had really just made anime stories for Coca-Cola, Hisense, the MLB, and more, such as the short film Dust, which actually won some pretty cool awards, I was thoroughly impressed by the amount of love and detail that they put into their first game ever, Kena, Bridge of Spirits. Honestly, this is the type of game that we should be seeing in this day and age, and I am pretty impressed, to be honest. I will say, though the game is amazing, there are some things that do need adjusting, such as the camera work and speed, and I find that the way that you control your rot when you use a teardrop to turn them almost into their original form, it feels a bit weird. And that's mostly because of the camera work, so I feel like it needs to be adjusted to be much faster. But the combat is fun, especially with the bow and arrow. If you've played games like Demon's Souls, this is kind of similar to that. But with the bow and arrow, like I said, you'll unlock close to the beginning of the game, and I found that weapon to be much more fun. But the cool thing is, it's that it's basically all your staff. And I love the fact that I can use it as a bow and arrow, or immediately switch over to melee just by a click of a button. Overall, I definitely recommend this game, and I hope many will buy it, even if it's just to make the argument to the industry that this is the type of game that is needed in this day and age. What do you guys think about this game? Are you interested in getting it? Are you getting it? Did you pre-order? Let me know in the comments below, and again, a special thanks to the team over at Ember Lab for sending me an advanced copy of the game to try it out. It was a blast and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm going to continue playing it to completely finish it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and click that adorable f***ing bell to know when I upload a brand new video. And don't forget to come join my Discord if you want to chat and hang out. Much love, and as always, till next time, friends.